When the international spotlight once again shines on the exchanges between the two major economies of China and the United States, a quiet game of wealth, wisdom, and strategy plays out. The trip of U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen to China is not just an economic dialogue, but also a deep political gambit. Just a short while ago, during an interview, Yellen sharply criticized China's industrial policy, expressing dissatisfaction with Chinese economic policies. In the interview, the host asked, "Why do American solar companies keep going bankrupt?" Yellen replied, "It's because of the huge subsidies that the Chinese government provides to these products and because of China's overcapacity, which distorts the global economy and harms businesses and workers worldwide. My trip to China is to urge the Chinese side to take necessary measures to address this issue." Despite such a backdrop, Yellen still embarked on the flight to China carrying the hopes and tasks of the United States. Yellen's first stop in China was Guangdong, a symbol of China's economic vitality and also renowned for its authentic Cantonese cuisine. Yellen and her team sampled classic dishes such as white-cut chicken and roast goose, a scene well documented by the media, noting, "She handles chopsticks quite well." The hearty welcome banquet set a positive tone for subsequent economic and trade negotiations. Why choose Guangdong as the first stop? There is no official direct interpretation of this question, but various clues suggest that Yellen's first round of discussions in China involved economic experts discussing the challenges and opportunities facing China's economy. She then met with Wang Weizhong, the governor of Guangdong province. What is special about Guangdong that warrants a visit by the U.S. Treasury Secretary? The answer lies in foreign trade. As China's foremost economic and foreign trade powerhouse, Guangdong's involvement with issues concerning the pricing of U.S. goods exports and related subsidies likely attracted Yellen to visit first. Despite previous warnings to China in interviews, Yellen emphasized multiple times that the United States does not seek to decouple from China and is committed to establishing sustainable communication channels to demonstrate goodwill towards China. What are the important topics of Yellen's visit to China? Based on recent significant events and previous disagreements, the discussions likely focus on the following points. Follow-up and implementation of matters discussed at the previous Bali meeting between the heads of state of China and the U.S. Technology and trade controls. As China urgently needs foreign investment, discussions will cover areas that can be liberalized. China has already opened up its banking and other financial sectors. Further discussions will aim to determine what other sectors can be opened. Exchange rates. For years ago, China committed in the first phase of the trade agreement with the U.S. not to devalue the yuan to gain a trade advantage, but if the yuan continues to depreciate, it may expand China's trade advantage. Industrial subsidies and export controls. China's export prowess in new energy vehicles, photovoltaic batteries, and service robots is growing rapidly, offering low-priced, high-quality products that pose significant challenges to foreign businesses. Economic and technological sanctions. The discussions will certainly touch upon the economic and technological sanctions the U.S. has imposed on China, although this is primarily within the purview of the U.S. Department of Commerce, with Yellen playing at most a facilitative role. These discussions are not only about the economic interests of the two countries, but will also affect the direction of the global market. In this grand geopolitical game, every move is critical. Yellen's visit to China represents not only a significant contact for Sino-American economic and trade relations, but also a deep strategic engagement between the two countries on the global economic stage. How the cooperation and competition between China and the U.S. will evolve in the current international situation, and where the global economy will head, might be glimpsed from the outcomes of Yellen's visit to China.